Hello, friends. Today we will be catching up on what's been going on in our world, and there will be an apology. Hi, friends. This is Bethany Jennings, and you're listening to We Should Talk. It's a podcast where we talk about anything and everything to encourage, equip, and empower you to be a decent human. Let's talk. Okay, so let's catch up briefly, and then we'll talk about the apology I need to make and what apologies are supposed to look and sound like. And maybe even why we have a hard time doing it. Okay, so here's the setting. I am currently sitting in a hotel room in North Little Rock, Arkansas. We are attending camp meeting here with First Pentecostal Church, Pastor Nathan Holmes, Bishop Joel Holmes. I have not put out a podcast episode in 2 weeks, something like that. I'm sure you guys have plenty of podcasts to listen to, so you may not have even missed me. But for those of you who do look forward to those weekly episodes, here's my apology. I apologize for not putting out an episode consistently. Really, this whole season has not been super consistent compared to the previous ones. So my apologies for that. I know it can be frustrating when you get a routine or when you're used to having a certain voice talking to you weekly about things. So I will work on being better at that and recording in advance when I do have a chance to record, because I know that can be frustrating. So I'll work on being better. Now, here are the updates and partially the reasons why I have not been as consistent as I have been in past seasons. Reason 1, Onyx. Reason 2, Silas. Was part of the reason. It's different having 2 kids. It's a lot of work. You get one down, you got another one to take care of. Every now and then there's this beautiful golden hour where both of them are down, like asleep at the same time. But again, that's not often. And then when I get them down, I start, doing other things besides sitting and recording a podcast. Because honestly, I think I have this thing with delayed gratification. Like everyone's asleep in this room right now, so I'm trying not to be too loud, and I just dropped my shoe on the floor. Anyways, I try not to be this way, but I think I have a thing with delayed gratification. Like even when I eat, I'm like, no, I'm going to save the best bite for last. So recording a podcast, sitting and just talking, honestly, it's kind of therapeutic for me to just talk my thoughts out. Sitting and doing that is, it's enjoyable for me. So I find myself delaying it. Anyways, so I think that might be part of it. And the other part is, me having a clean and functional home is, more pressing for my family unit than me recording a podcast. In my defense, I did kind of warn you guys that was a possibility. So, that's part of the reason why I've been a little less consistent this go around. And the past 2 weeks, I think it's been 2 weeks, specifically, I have been traveling back and forth to Kentucky to be with my granny, who passed on May 19th. She had a long battle with cancer, but she was so far into her life when she found out that she did not want to take any measures that were offered to her. And I can't say that I blame her. She lived a very, very long and full life. She was 93 when she passed. So May 19th, Pentecost Sunday this year, around 12 p.m., her daughters and some of her granddaughters and even some of her great-grandchildren prayed her right into the arms of Jesus. I did not get to be there in person when that happened, but I was up taking care of things at my house, and I had been FaceTiming my mom, who was there off and on, and so I sat down to catch my breath, and I happened to FaceTime in, and they were all praying. And Granny, who had not been responsive for really about 2 days, her mouth was moving and her little hands were trying to raise, and she worshiped and prayed her way into eternity. And it was a life very well lived. So, excuse me. So, it was a beautiful passing if you got a pass. She was surrounded with a lot of family those 2 weeks, those last 2-3 weeks. So we were surrounded with a lot of family. There were some family members who had the privilege of going and staying and being with her and helping her through those last weeks. Never, not once, was she turned over completely to any professional care. She was never put in a home or any kind of anything like that. But my cousin Heidi, Haley, my Aunt Jenny, a whole crew of them were there, and they would switch. My cousin Joni was there a lot, and they would switch, take shifts, taking care of her, getting her what she needed. And I didn't get to be there nearly as much as I wanted to be, but I was very thankful for the time I did get. And I treasure the conversations I had with her. And if this podcast has done nothing else for me, it initiated the conversations that I recorded with my granny. And for that, I am very thankful. So if you felt like you were enduring a conversation and leaning in to hear what she was saying, and then the dogs in the background and the random yelling on those episodes, thank you for enduring. Thank you for indulging a granddaughter. So anyways, that's why I have not recorded in the past few weeks. There were other pressing matters at hand. I am very grateful to the family that helped her. I'm very, very grateful to my Texas family who took care of the home front while my family and I were away. Every person that fed horses at the ranch and let the chickens out. Every person that watered my garden and took the mail in, and all of those things. You are a treasure, an absolute treasure. Also, we have friends in Tennessee, Patrick and Tara Orionis, that allowed David and I to stay with them on the way to Granny's funeral and on the way home. And it was so much better than staying in a hotel. Friends really do the soul good at a time like that. God knows who to put in your life and when to put them there. Anyways, oh goodness, now I'm going to be crying all day. Once I get started, I can't stop. You want to hear something hilarious? So on my way to see Granny, the last time that she was alive, so not the last time I went, but the time before that. Anyways, I flew and I was listening to music, or some worship music. And I was sitting on an airplane with my AirPods in, listening to worship. It was actually a song. Oh, what was the song? I don't remember. Katie Wrinkle sent it to me. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know. Hold on. I'm literally going through my messages with Katie so I can hear them. See if I can find it. Recommend. I love them. Recommended songs. Hold on. You guys probably already know this song. And I am oblivious because I'm just over here in a cave raising children. Oh my word, I cannot find it. I'm bound and determined. Y'all just gonna have to wait. Oh, Katie, what was the song? Did you tell me or no? Maybe we were on the phone. I'm so frustrated right now. I'm checking my Apple Music. It's a song about, I don't know, being grateful or something. It doesn't matter. I'll find it. While I'm looking for it, I'll keep talking to you guys. So anyways, I'm sitting on the airplane listening to this song and weeping. When I tell you I'm weeping, I am weeping. And the poor flight attendant was like, what would you like to drink? And I'm just sitting over there bawling my eyes out. And it's like, I would like an apple juice, please. Just weeping. I wish I was joking. That poor guy. He probably thought I was crazy. But is this where it's at? That is not where it's at. Oh my word, I'm so frustrated. I want to find it. Katie, what is the song you told me? I don't know. Anyways, I'm crying my eyes out, and the flight attendant's like, are you okay? And it wasn't even really about Granny. I was just caught up in the worship of it all. And I was like, I can't listen to worship music anymore in public. It's dangerous. Guys, I know you're enduring this. I'm so sorry. But I need to know. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'll find it later. So I'm weeping on the airplane, and the poor flight attendant thought I was having a meltdown. I was really just worshiping. And so this is why I can't listen to worship music in public. I will stick to soft piano music or lo-fi or Sinatra. So, anyways. Oh, apologies. I apologize at the front of this episode. I'm sorry, guys. I'm kind of everywhere. I apologize at the front of this episode. Let's talk about apologies. It is really difficult for people to apologize. And part of the reason is because we find it very hard to take responsibility for our actions. Usually when something goes wrong or something's not quite right, we will do, when it's someone else, it's personal to them. They're an idiot. They're causing issues there, whatever. But when we're the ones doing it, it's not that we're an idiot, it's situational. So when someone else is doing wrong and we don't agree with them, it's personal. When we are doing wrong and we know it's wrong, it becomes situational. So yes, I did that, but it's because, right? Here's a very simple example. Someone cuts you off in traffic. Like, what an idiot. Why are they driving like that? When you cut someone off in traffic, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see them there. I'm in a hurry because, right? So when they do wrong, it's personal. When you do wrong, it's situational. If we could understand that everybody has a situation, we'd probably be a lot more merciful. And if we could understand that even if we do have a situation, it is still our personal responsibility to handle it the right way, we'd probably apologize better. And some people, people are apologizing too much. They need to be apologizing so much. The problem is they're not really apologizing. They're just saying they're sorry. And that's not an apology. Right? A real apology requires freely admitting the fault and taking responsibility for it, humbly asking forgiveness, and agreeing to immediately start changing that behavior, and then start actively rebuilding trust, right? Freely and fully admit fault and accept responsibility, humbly ask for forgiveness, immediately change your behavior, actively rebuild trust. Those are the things required for an apology. And if you're not doing those things, then you're not really apologizing. You're just saying you're sorry to appease your own conscience and to manipulate that person into not being mad at you, right? Apologizing to someone is not, saying you're sorry to someone is not a free license to keep doing that something. Yes, as a Christian, we should, quote unquote, turn the other cheek, which, by the way, I need to talk to you about. But also as a Christian, we should not force our brothers to keep turning the other cheek, right? Yes, we should forgive 70 times 7, but as a Christian, we should not force our brother to have to do that 70 times 7. If you are forcing your brother to do that, your sister to do that, then you're not a Christian. You're manipulating, right? And manipulation's witchcraft, period. So I apologize at the front of this episode for not being consistent, and I stand by that. I am at fault for not recording episodes. I accept responsibility for that. I'm the only one that can record them. I ask your forgiveness. I'm going to work on being better and more consistent, recording ahead. And I am currently going to try to rebuild our trust. Anyways, I'm going to go now. I got to get my kids dressed for church because I'm going to the morning service, which I'm pretty excited about. Gary Robinson's preaching, and let me tell you, the man can throw. Okay. Love y'all. Bye. Back up. I'm not gone yet. The song. It's, what a friend you have been, so good to me. God, I can't believe how you love me. What a friend you have been, so good to me. It took me out. On the airplane, it took me out. I was weeping. Also, there's a lo-fi version, which is kind of fun. Okay, now you know. It only took me 40 minutes to find it. You're welcome. Bye. Well, that was fun. I'm glad you stuck around for the whole thing. And thank you for talking to me today. Y'all go like and follow and review and do all the podcast things that people do. And don't forget to be a good human.